Okay, so we're in Luke right now. We're in Luke 7, chapter. We're in Luke chapter 7, and we're at 40. We were just talking about, Luke 7:36 through 39, and how the sinful woman was worshiping Jesus, and actually how Jesus was having dinner with this Pharisee, and this sinful woman found out he was there and started worshiping Jesus with her tears, her hair, and alabaster oil. How she anointed Jesus' feet, cleaned Jesus' feet, anointed and had smelling good. And the Pharisee was like, how is this teacher, how is this prophet, how is this man of God letting this sinful woman touch him? Now we're teaching in Luke 7, the sinful woman, being forgiven. So right now we're going to go down to 40. Luke 7, chapter 40. And Jesus answered and said to him, Simon, I have something to say to you. So what? He said, teacher, say it. There was a certain creditor who had two debtors, two men that was in debt. A creditor is someone who would give out, whether it be money and debt, It said one owed 5 denarii, and the other owed 50. One owed 500 denarii, and the other one owed 50. And when they had nothing with them both to repay him, freely he forgave them both of their debts. Tell me, therefore, which of them will love him more? Which of them will be more indebted to him? Simon answered and said, I suppose the one who forgave more, who was forgiven for more. And Jesus said unto him, You have rightly judged. Then he turned to the woman and said to her, Do you see this woman enter your house? You gave me no water for my feet, but she washed my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair of her head. You gave me no kiss, but she never stopped to kiss my feet since the time I've been here. You did not anoint my feet. You did not anoint my head with oil, but this woman anointed my feet with a fragrant oil. Therefore I say unto you, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, and she shall love much. But to whom little is forgiven, the same little will love. The same love will be little. Okay, this is a perfect picture of what everything I teach. When we look at Matthew chapter 22, 37 through 40, Jesus talks about to love God and to love your neighbor. That hinges all the promises of the prophet, all the promises of God on love. And in her sins, she was wrong for her sins, but in her sins much, she loved God even more. She loved Jesus even more, to the fact that she took her tears. She took her tears, her hair, and I don't know if she was a rich woman, but she gave her last little bit of, the Bible didn't say last, but she went and bought oil to anoint his feet and put a great fragrance to his feet. Now let's talk about 40 through where we stopped at 46. It was custom when you had someone come to your house that you clean their feet, that you make sure their feet got clean. It wasn't just because you didn't want your house to get dirty, but it was also telling to them, you know what, friend, I'm gonna make sure you can clean your feet. And if you didn't do that, it was custom to have water and stuff where you can have them clean their feet. Jesus went to this man's house, this Pharisee house, and the Pharisee didn't offer him anything to even clean his feet. Now it was another custom to how we dap, what's up, dog, our handshake, how you doing? It was custom to, especially with close people, you would kiss them on their cheek, right? In other words, you didn't let just anybody come to your house and eat with you. You let only close people come to eat with you, or you let people that would be friends of you come eat with you. So it was nothing for you to kiss them on the cheek. We're living in a high sexualized world where that may seem like some kind of gay thing or some kind of sexual thing, but you guys understand, this world, it wasn't that over sexual. It was more of a, hey, how you doing, handshake when you gave somebody a kiss. So when we see the picture of Jesus having his feet kissed by this woman, it was no sexual thing. It was, hey, you're my friend. This is my friend. I'm shaking your hand. I'm giving daps to my homeboy. I mean, this is like, I'm showing love. I am showing love. She was kissing his feet, and she never stopped kissing his feet the whole time he was there. Can you just imagine that picture of somebody just showing you that type of love? Where the whole time you were at this other person's house who never did any of this to you, but this person did it to you at the dirtiest and the lowest part of you. That was your feet, your body. She did it to you worshiping in front of this man who's supposed to be clean, in front of this man who was a Pharisee who believed he was better than the woman. Jesus said, no. If you have a lot of sin and I forgive you, you're gonna love me more. You're gonna love me more than the person who believes that, you know what, I barely got sin. Some people be like, you know what, I barely got sin. I don't really need Jesus. I barely got sin. So Jesus, I've been on your side. I'm your homeboy. I know I'm gonna get into heaven because I barely got any sin. What this whole story with the sinful woman Jesus is telling us is, you know what? Just come to me. Just come to me. Worship me, and I will forgive you of your sins. I will forgive your sins. That is Jesus' whole, that is everything about Jesus. Come to me. I'm gonna die on the cross. I'm gonna die on the cross for your sin. Just come to me. He's not gonna force you to come to him, but he's gonna make himself available. He made himself available by going to the cross. And I'm getting ahead of myself, but he made himself available by going to the cross. The cross wasn't for you to have a big bank account. The cross wasn't for you not to go through, not to have suffering. The cross was for you to come to him and you have a way out of your sin. And that's what this whole battle is. That's what this whole battle is in this world, this life we live in. The whole battle is overcoming sin. You against sin, not you against the enemy. It's you against sin. It's you against sin. But the enemy comes and take the side of the sin. He comes and try to make sin stronger. That's all he does, is come to try to make sin stronger. But Jesus came to take the sin away. Jesus came to give you his power. Jesus came to give you the power of the Godhead so you can have and stand against this evil day. You can stand against sin. That's what Jesus came for. He came for you to have a way back to God, and the only way you can get back to God is not have sin in your life. You can't go to God with sin in your life. I don't care who you is. I don't care how much you believe in Jesus. If you got sin in your life, you cannot get to God. But there's a way out. Jesus came and died so you can get out of sin. He looked at this woman. She was worshiping him. She wasn't focused on, she wasn't saying, Lord, I got sin. Lord, I got sin. What I'm going to do? Oh, Lord, what I'm going to do? I got sin. No. She came in and said, you know what? I'm just going to worship him. Nobody clean his feet. Give me an opportunity to clean his feet. That gave me an opportunity. Oh, yes. I bet she was like, yes, nobody clean his feet. I get to clean his feet. I ain't got no water, but I got tears. And I'm going to cry as much as I need to. I'm going to think about all the wrong I done and just cry. And I'm going to think about how good God is and just cry, and just so I can get some water to clean his feet. Then I'm going to take my hair. I don't got nothing. I'm going to take my hair and I'm going to clean your feet. I'm going to clean your feet. And once they clean them, I'm going to make sure they anointed and they smell good. And I'm just going to kiss them. I'm just going to kiss them. I'm just going to kiss them over and over again. I don't care. I'm going to kiss them. If you walk away, I'm going to try to kiss while you walking. That's the notion that she came in. I'm going to love Jesus. I'm going to love Jesus. I'm going to love Jesus. And that's what we got to do. Because truly, I'm going to tell you this, man. If you look at someone who has sin in their life, if you look at a person who really has sin in their life, the reason why they have sin in their life because they don't really love Jesus. They don't love Jesus. They don't love Jesus. And I guarantee you, someone who's in love with their sins, they're in love with their sins more than they is with Jesus. And he said you can't have two messages, because you're gonna hate one, or you're gonna love one or hate the other. And somebody who's in their sins, in love with their sins, they're gonna be in love with their sins. They're gonna hate Jesus. It's gonna eventually lead to a point where they hate Jesus. That's where it's all gonna lead to. That's where it's all gonna come down to. They're gonna hate Jesus. But when you love Jesus and have